And we are live. And the offline image is there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you change the episode number?
There we go, it just popped up, I think.
No, I didn't. 50. Now it's episode 50. Okay. Done all the tests. We're ready to go. It should show up. Which... Yeah. Okay, mute that, so... Double... Okay. We are live.
Yippee! Yay! I don't know.
It's alive!
Hey.
Okay. I will give you a countdown, Cinder.
I'm still here.
Well, you're free to talk. I'm not saying I was going to give it to her right now. I'm just saying.
What?
You're not gonna give it to me right now.
Hey, yo.
You have to ask nicely, of course.
That's some long distance stuff there.
Oh gosh. I was gonna sit here and twiddle my. That's my
All
job.
I'm going to hear off in the distance is the hatred of 10,000 years, and then Fru comes crashing through my window.
Yep.
Oh no, he get in line.
Oh, yeah.
And you know who's scarier between me and Fru?
Free.
No.
A 2-on-1 handicap match.
I may look cute and cuddly, but I'll mess your shit up. I'm like a
Koala.
guru. I'm adorable, but don't mess with me.
I'm not messing with you.
Or maybe more like a platypus. Just really
Platypus has a
adorable, but
business spur on its
poisonous.
foot.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to go into your teapot?
No.
Are we all in your teapot?
So it's a 6-way.
No.
You'll find out.
We're all floating.
You'll see.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
God damn
yeah.
it.
That's the first thing that came to my
Goodbye.
mind as well.
Okay,
Have a
bye.
good show.
A little ice
Thank you.
blocks. Because it's so hot.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
So
Yeah.
hot right now.
Yeah, iced tea. We're all sitting on an ice cube. Okay. Are you ready for the countdown?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 50 of Reins of Azeroth. I am your host, Cinder. I am joined by Spaz Wesson, as always. How are you, Spaz?
Doing well. Can't wait to see your reaction to our wonderful
I'm very
artwork this
excited.
week.
So this week is our 50th episode, and oh my god, I've just seen it and it looks so cute. We are joined by Spanky Hunter, Lita, MacGyver, and Simri. Hi, guys!
Hi.
Hi.
Look at you!
Hello!
Peekaboo.
You guys look so cute!
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it. Well done, Sirius. Sirius has been worried for a while about how to fit everybody into our picture that she does for us every week, and she's done a wonderful job. Oh, look at you all.
Awesome.
Very happy. How are you all today? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. It is a
Thank
full
you for
house.
having me and us.
Yes.
Yeah,
thanks
thanks
for
for having
having
us.
us. And congratulations on episode 50. Oh my
Woo!
gosh.
Yeah. Woo!
Woohoo.
That's excellent.
It's, yeah, 50. I've been like, how do we get to 50? I feel like, I don't know. It's a bit
One
crazy.
more than 49?
That's true. Thank you, Spanky.
Yes.
So we thought that we'd just have a bit of a chat with some of our favourite people who are super awesome, and all Aussies this evening. Like, this is completely...
Yeah, I
no
wanted to
lag.
make it
Yay.
easy on our guests.
Yeah.
I didn't want to reach out to Thist again because I knew it was stupid early for her, and Aludra, same thing. So I made it as easy as I could.
Oh, I reckon it's time for some feedback. I do a show at 7 a.m. on Sundays and 5 a.m. in the winter, so
Ew.
they can adapt to us.
Ew.
I'll come on as a guest, sure thing.
You say that now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even remember what time it was. It was 5 in the morning when Sirius and I did Girls Gone WoW, I think it was.
Yeah, it's usually right
So-
about
Oh,
5.
Girls Gone
Yeah.
WoW made it a little bit easy for me. It was 8 for me.
Oh,
Hmm.
nice.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
I always tried to do it like on a public holiday so that I could just go straight back to bed afterwards.
Yeah.
It worked out well for me. So all right, well we'll kick things off in our usual way that we go about doing things and see how everybody has been this last week. Spaz, why don't you kick us off? What have you been up to? What did you get?
Jealousy.
Okay.
Because of what you got.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can understand.
And the 3 parts of the dragon costume.
Have you run around with it just randomly?
Yes, it's fun.
It really is.
Yeah.
I like running around as the butt.
Dragon
Fair
fly.
enough.
Yeah, exactly, dragon butt. And that's it for you
So-
this week?
Yeah, that's much it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough. How about you, Spanky? What have you been up to?
Well, what haven't I been up to?
Reading.
Yeah. Well, no, I did my LFR. I
Oh, well
one-shot
done.
everything, and I don't have to go back there again, so I'm good to go.
Nice.
Every raid this expansion pack I've done once on LFR, one-shot pretty much everything, and gone back to PvP. So that's pretty much what I've been doing lately. I have been hammering out my world quests for my PvP. I'm now prestige level 5 and rank on a 42, so we're grinding those levels up there slowly.
Nice.
So yes, we do 5 world quests a day plus 3 or 4 battlegrounds, and that pretty much is the way to tick that one up. What else did I do? I got 2 mounts in the last couple of weeks. I got that wonderful 1% time walking mount, the Infinite Time Reaver, when Wrath time walking was on.
So jealous.
It'll be really good when we can fly with that, because then I can use it, because dragons walking on the ground looks a bit silly to me. So
Yeah, I agree. They kind of
did
waddle.
that. Yeah, so, and I also noticed the blacksmithing mount, the Steelbound Devourer, was down to like 90k on my server, so I picked up 2 of them, one for me and one for coffee, so you can add that one to the list. So I'm up to 293 mounts on the single turn that it counts for. Still no Mimron head, still no Caro mount, still no Ashes, still no ICC mount, all that sort of stuff, they don't exist. Toy-wise, I picked up all the Lunarfall stuff, so we got the head, the body and the tail, which was really fun to run around with, so my toys are up to 318 now. Pets that we were doing while our mount runs, still working slowly away at that raiding with leashes 4, because we're not in any rush, we still have to go in there for the mount, so picked up the Rubian Swarmer and the Creeping Tentacle this week, and the Creeping Tentacle is awesome because it whispers to you like Yogg Saron
Oh,
voice.
does it?
Yeah, it does these whispers. I'm thinking, where the heck is that voice coming from? And it was the tentacle, it whispers at you.
Oh, that's
So, yeah.
cool.
And that I also picked up the mount off the first one, the pet off the first one in TOC, the Snowball Runt, which is, I looked up on Warhead, a 0.063% drop
Yeah.
rate. So I got him, and he throws snowballs at you while you're running around as well, so he's fun to do. We've started farming Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar. 2 hunters at 870-ish eye level can pretty much make that place explode now, so... And you don't have to both go up the towers on that middle boss or whatever it is, the dragon flying one, so you just one person goes up the
Galacrus.
tower. Yeah, you only have to do one
Galacrus.
tower. I did
Yeah,
the whole fight
I
in
noticed
3
that the other
minutes
day.
now.
Yeah.
So yep, went and did that. Still no mount dropped, but both Coffee and I over the last couple of weeks, she got the tameable mechanical Iron Juggernaut in there. We collected all the bits thanks to Bendak's guide on Eyes of the Beast. He showed us where all the bits were. So she got the original Gunmetal Grey one, and I've got the bright green one now, so that's that taken care of. So my achievement points are at 22,920, so I've almost got back to where I was from what we lost during the conversion. So that's
nice.
been my week. Just a quiet one.
Yeah, just a couple of things,
Just a
nothing
couple.
too drastic. How many
Yeah.
have you got left for your Wrath of the Raiding with Leashes 4?
I've only got 4 pets, so I've got a lot to go.
Oh, okay.
But still don't have any of the mounts out of there, so we're going to be going there for. I'm over 200 kills on both Arthas and Yogg-Saron, so we're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, Lita, how about yourself?
Me? Oh, I do nothing. What are you
No,
talking about?
you don't do anything.
I don't do anything. I did do some mount runs this week, which is yeah, no luck. Arthas hates me. So yeah, I've still got more to do, but I did manage to get a few in there. I also went over to the Trial of the Crusader, and I got Dreadmore off Icehowl.
Nice.
So that was cool. So I've got like 2 pets from the Lady with Leashes 4. Woo! I've not had very much luck.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was nice to get the Dreadmore one. That was kind of cool. And I've mostly been working on the Falcosaur pets, the hatchlings. So I've got 3 out of the 4 that I'm slowly working through. Still got 1 more I need to level to 25, but it's already taking me like forever just to get through the 3. So it's so annoying. It's so frustrating. So I had to do the World Pet Battle Quest ones, and that it was so frustrating. So
Because
anyway,
you've been having the bug where you just won't get credit for it, yeah?
Yeah, I have got no credit, and I would summon and resummon and and all of that, and just it would just bug out. And I think I did it over 5 times on each one just to.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. So I was getting very frustrated, and especially once you do the World Quest pet battles, they're
that's
done.
it.
I've only got 110, so I can't go and do it on another turn. So yeah, so it was like I have to wait till the next day and hope hope it goes right. So yeah, it was an easy one today. I managed to I had to take one over to buy a blossom in Dalaran and give that to my pet, which got me another toy. I
love all their
toys. Another toy. So yeah, so that was really kind of cool because I wasn't expecting that, and I've not looked I've got the guide, and I've not fully looked at the guide to see what the steps are. I've kind of just been letting it come to me, as I click on, bring them out, summon them, be like, okay, what's today's got? Because I just like the surprise element now instead of going and researching everything and being prepared. So I've kind of been just letting it go. And when they sent me over to get the flower, I got the toy. I was like, yay! So that was super exciting. So that was my 306th toy. So that was really exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was really cute. I get to put a flower hat on my little hatchling. So that was really cute. And then the other thing I've been madly working on is my fishing artifact. So last night I was just got my 15th trait last night in the Underlight Angler, and needed like 8,830 artifact power to get that one, and I was at 3,000. So last night I went to my super awesome fishing spot, and in the space of, I don't know, a couple hours, I think I was about 2, maybe not quite 3 hours fishing, I got over 5,000 artifact power.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it got me the 15th trait. Now
Nice.
the next trait is like over 11,000. So
Oh.
Ouch.
it's I'm just trying to remember. It's something ridiculous. 11,280 artifact power I need.
Blimey.
Yeah, and you only
What,
get 50 artifact power for each of the, like the rare one that you shop. You only get 50. That's it. Yeah, so it's.
you have any of the cool abilities yet?
I have got the. I got the boot one where I can fish up a random boot. That's awesome. I get
What,
to,
I can
what
do
do you
that
do with
IRL.
the boot?
you get to vendor them for like 3 gold. So they're like greys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a trait. It's a trait.
Is it best in slot for an Iron Man?
I can't shun an Iron Man, so that's the
No
first
professions allowed.
problem. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, of course.
On a pacifist you can, but on an iron and a bloodthirsty you can't. So no. But I mean, if I put them up on the auction house, maybe someone might have some gold and they might want one. But they're pretty. Yeah, I don't think they'd be really worth anything. So I've just been vendoring them. I got the Blood of Sargeras you can fish up from the pools, and I seem to do quite well with that. That's not too bad. And I put my 3rd trait into the Queenfish. So pretty muchly, I've got, when you fish the Queenfish pools, you've got the chance that it will just basically summon up a big barrel, and the barrel you just click on and you're done. It gives you everything from the pool. So
I love those.
yeah, they are
That sounds
so
awesome.
good. So good. So yeah, I was so that's the second one now that I've got the 3 traits in. So I've still got the other 4 to do, and then I've got 2 more traits that I've got nothing in. Like, so the second big gold, dragon one is, I'm still ways away from that. But fishing is quite relaxing, and I do love to do it. So I'm gonna have to love to do it to get this thing finished.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the gist of. I mean, obviously that's not everything I do, but that's just a very small overview of what I have done.
And you're on holidays now, so you've got some time to do more fishing.
I have
And
been too
things-
busy
excellent.
being out for coffee.
Yes.
Coffee and chicken parmigiana. Like, what more can I want? Hello.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
We just hurry up and put fishing on the app and be good to go then.
Oh,
I know.
yes.
I know. Yes, that
And
would be
like
good.
they can do some like motion
Fishing and
sensor
pet
things.
battles.
Like if we have to do it, the pet battles would be great too. It would be.
I would never have I would not be at work ever.
Yeah. I'd run out of data constantly.
I know. Yes.
Simri dear, how have you been? What did you get up to lately? What have you been up to lately, rather?
Oh, I feel so slack compared to you
Hi.
guys. I don't. When I was on the podcast, I don't think was trying to think, have I collected any mountains since then? I don't think I
Oh.
have.
But see, you've been busy on the PTR because
have
you
been
did a
busy.
really brilliant video for the and slight spoiler alert for people that don't want to know, but for the new pet battle dungeon that's coming up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
So that's cool.
I was itching to find out what I could about it, and I managed to get the first video about it out, so I was pretty chuffed about that. But
Yeah.
actually trying it is actually quite time consuming for a scenario, because you wouldn't expect it to take so long. But I guess you're the only one in there. I was kind of testing pets, and when I went in there the second time, it actually, my add-on stuffed up, so I was, that kind of wasted some time as well. But the first time I went in there, it took like 40 minutes or something, 40, 50 minutes, which is a long time for a scenario.
A bad dungeon can take that long sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's why this is just battling pets. Although, yeah, so 7 battles. That's what I'm
Wow,
looking at.
that's awesome.
Well, it is their first attempt, so they may end up shoring it up and making it a little shorter for the next one.
Yeah, either or at least. Well, I expect quite a bit of fine tuning because a lot of the battles are very monotonous right now, so it is kind of boring. I actually went in there trying to test out the challenge mode a couple nights ago and worked out that I was already in there an hour and I was only halfway through because in the challenge mode you can't actually heal or bandage any of your
wow,
pets.
yep.
So
So it's like the
I didn't
Celestial
want to burn
Tournament
out
again.
before it's even gone live, so I kind of stopped there, and it was already like 9:30 that night. So I figured I'll wait until they've tuned it some and then try it again. But toy wise, I think I've only collected the 3 dragon pets from the world event. So yeah, nothing too
Nice.
much on the toy front. There was a toy, wasn't there, for archaeology a little while ago.
I've been really
Um,
bad with my archaeology. I've been
No,
naughty.
they've all been usable items. There was the Starfield generator, but that wasn't a toy.
I thought
There
there was
the
one after.
key to Narthalos Academy, which is an item.
No,
There should
it's
be a
pointing those
toy.
aren't actually toys.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was surprised when I got them. Oh geez, what was there was the one you get from doing all the goblin archaeology. I don't even remember what that was. Oh geez. Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Hang
but I
on, the
don't
goblin
believe-
archaeology.
Yeah, it was you have to do the quest where you do
Oh,
goblin
you mean Bran
archaeology.
stuff? Yeah, demonic
Yeah,
stuff.
and you just blow stuff up. Yeah, I'm just. I'll look for it. Keep talking. I'll find the list.
Yeah, I'm flicking through my guide. I'm trying to see what the
Because there was
rewards
the
were.
pet. I don't remember there
Yeah, there
being
was
a
the pet.
toy.
And a couple of keys, which aren't actually toys.
Oh yeah, there was a usable key that disappeared that got you access to
Oh,
a
that must have been what I was
secret
thinking of. Yeah,
area
because it disappeared. And yeah, it's
in
like
one
a
of the
forever key. You can
dungeons.
unlock it any time then.
Yeah.
And achievement points. I guess the most interesting ones for those is that I did finish the Family Familiar achievements a couple weeks ago, I think.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
that took ages.
Well
It's
done.
always that
Yeah.
one tamer, right?
Mm.
You need, or the 2 families left.
Mhm.
I was towards the end. I was doing it on 3 characters, so that actually helped a bit. And I've still been pumping out some of the strategies to help other people, even though I don't need them anymore. Yeah. Oh, the Adventure of High Mountain. That was one I was pretty chuffed to get because there was one objective in there. The guy just never showed up. I think it was some elite Eton or something down
okay.
south, and he'd only appeared maybe once on live or something. So I think when this last patch hit, they actually removed it from the achievement. So
Oh,
I
that's
logged
cool.
in and I actually, automatically received it. So that was all right. It was
Oh,
called
that's awesome.
something Smasher or something or other.
Oh yes, I do remember that. I was looking for him for a very long time.
Yeah, I was like checking every day, and it's like, how can he just not be anywhere to be found and only turn up once? That's worse than the Surima Tamers.
Yeah.
I think the
Now-
phasing thing is a little bit buggy at the moment between phases. Like, there's been certain world bosses that have only spawned once in the last, now 5 months that the expansion's been out. So I think there's a few things that aren't triggering properly, and they're still trying to work through all that code to sort it out.
Well, didn't they say there were new world bosses in the new patch as well? So we haven't actually
yeah.
seen them all yet.
Yeah. Now I have had a look. The crystalline eye was the toy that lets you see the world as if it was taken over by demons.
Yeah.
The starlight beacon was the one that lets you create the small field where you can fly. The spear, which was originally a one-handed polearm, but they fixed that. There was the crown jewels of Suramar, which were just 5k gold. Great
Yeah, that was
item.
nice.
The imp generator,
I wanted
which
to
was
wear the crown, though.
a trinket.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Transmoggable.
Yeah, the ink generator
Exactly.
trinket was cool. The key, which accesses the secret room in Blackrock Hold. Wormy Tunkins, the pet, who was really fun to
And
deal
soon the
with.
mount.
Yes.
I'm
Then
so
there was
excited about
the
that.
the shard of Celiax, which was a choose your own
Relic.
relic. There was the Prize Rock necklace, which is the triple slot available piece that had stamina, and it had three prismatic sockets. Which apparently, according to Ask Mr. Robot, is always the best in slot. The key
I
to
don't know
Narthelos
about that.
Academy, and then the two that are left are the Purple Hills of Mech-Ari, which is an Alice in Wonderland reference, and then which is just 1,000 artifact power. So
Oh,
Surely
it must be
that's
more
got
than
a
that.
scale.
It must scale to
that's
whatever your research is.
that's at base level, so it's going to be a
better.
ton. And the Spirit of Eshiro, so
Well, I do know
So soon.
the Purple Hills require a dungeon. When I did on the PTR, I didn't actually do the dungeon, so I never received the item, so I couldn't say how much artifact power. But yeah, it would scale depending on what you have.
yeah.
So the mount we should see like mid-February, so that's pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah,
Excellent.
well, there's only 2 rare artifacts left
Mm.
because
Yeah, assuming
I
you've
know
done
I've
them all.
gotten all the rest on the list. So I'm assuming the cycle will just continue once they're done.
Yeah, I'd say so because you don't know
Um,
how slow people are leveling.
Yeah, I assume it'll be the exact same, but yeah.
Yeah.
MacGyver, what have you been up to?
What? Oh, sorry. Yes.
He's too busy
Well,
tinkering.
No, I was thinking, I haven't been up to much lately, but then I kept thinking, well, actually, yeah, I've kind of added a bunch of things
I
in.
did that thing.
So my mounts, I've only got 110 mounts because lazy, and
Aw.
my philosophy is I like one of each model, and that'll do me for the most part. So I'm kind of happy with the ones I've got, and I always use my flying machine anyway because I love my flying machine.
Yeah.
Now the cool thing is with the honouring one's elders, I got my dragon costume without having to honour a single elder because I had coins left over from the last 2 years that I didn't know about.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I just went to the vendor and bing, 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 thank you very much.
Bonus.
Awesome.
I got all my schematics for all of my fireworks at the same time before I ran out of coins. So
Wow.
I'm
Wow,
kinda
you had a
done with
lot.
that. And I mean, I've done all of the achievements anyway. So I'm kind of done with the Elders Festival. But that's fine.
You know,
Got my
you
thing.
know what I would have liked to add? Because Lunar Festival involves all the animals. If they incorporated whatever animal it is for that year as either a mount or a pet, wouldn't that have been cool? So this
yes.
year it would have been a rooster,
Oh,
like a
That would
fiery
have been
rooster.
awesome.
That would be
Yeah.
And
so
they've already got a
cool.
rooster model in game, so it'll be easy enough to make.
And
Mm.
Overwatch has gone
Just to, yeah,
full
make it a
blast
little
with the
bit
year
niche,
of
yeah.
the rooster, and so has Heroes of the Storm as well. There's
Yeah.
a golden rooster that you can get in that.
Yeah.
So
I still have not managed to please the rooster in Heroes, unfortunately.
They nerfed that this week, so you'll be able
Yeah.
to get the golden cop. They
Yeah, you
fixed
can't-
him up.
yeah, you can't get it wrong now because
Oh, that's good.
previously, if he asked for like a jade coin and you gave him fireworks, he'd just like push you out of the way, kind of ignore you. Now,
You have
if-
felt Mr. Rooster.
yeah, pretty much.
Aw.
But now, if you grab it, walk over him, it just doesn't do anything. So if someone else then grabs the right item, it just makes it a lot quicker and easier because a lot of people are complaining that it's acting funny. So
Yeah. So, finally got around to doing LFR, which was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, you
and
enjoyed it?
Not hard to do. It was kind of
Mm.
cool. So I sort of lost my LFR mojo there for a while, but it's back and it's fun and it was enjoyable. But I can tell I haven't really hard gamed in a while because my elbow was really sore afterwards. I got
Oh,
I got
no.
mousing elbow.
Aw.
Maybe I'm just getting old. I'm also
Aw.
very close to all of my artifact slots being done on my artifact, which, considering the amount that
Nice.
I've been playing lately, is quite an achievement. I am a little bit sick of Surma. An illusion, what are you hiding? I'm going to go back to there at level 120 and just rip them new ones. I really am. I hate them.
Yeah, being decently geared at 110 lets you do that as well.
Oh, yeah. I just... Yeah.
Just go BM and you're good to go. You'd blow everything up.
It's my new Fell Reaver. Every time I go back through Hellfire Peninsula, I rip the Fell Reaver a new one just because I can, and I'm going to go back and do that. It's my new Fell Reaver.
Yeah,
And
I'm worth the scrap.
Oh, yeah. And still in love with High Mountain. I love it there. I would live there if I could. And
Nice.
generally just road tripping, just enjoying the sights and sounds of the Broken Isles for the most part.
Yes, and we are enjoying
Awesome.
your road trips as well.
Thank
Yes.
Yes.
Very much.
you. Yeah, so that's been pretty much it.
Well, that leaves me. I did some stuff. A couple of things.
Yay!
I ran Karazhan for the second time, and I got the mount. I got the Smoldering Emberworm mount.
Hooray!
excellent.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Awesome.
We were really hoping that, because we had 3 people out of the 5 of us who already had it, and I didn't, and the 5th person we ended up having to pug. And I'm like, but you guys were supposed to give me the mount. This was supposed to be a sure thing for me. I'm not going to get the mount. And so I was so panicked the whole time. And then I'm like, they're all like, it's okay. If one of us gets it, we'll just give it to you. And I'm like, well, that's really sweet. But I'd feel so awful for that poor pug. I'd want to be fair. And then it just dropped for me anyway. So I was like, yes, I don't have to worry about being nice. So that was really cool. It's such a pretty mount. It's really pretty. And we're really hoping that Achuman would drop his one as well, but we were very lucky there with that. But Karazhan's a really amazing dungeon. It's really awesome, and I'm looking forward to it being available as a heroic version that you can queue for, so that more people can see it, because it's just amazing. I just keep taking heaps of photos. Toys, I got the Memory Cube toy, which is from Nighthold. It drops part of it, like the start of it, drops from the second boss, the Chronomatic Anomaly, and then you got to go do some other stuff that I totally forget now, but I did. Oh, I have to go to Karazhan for it. So you get the first bit from Nighthold, and then you have to get something from one of the bosses in Karazhan and put them together, and you get the Memory Cube toy, which is really cool. And I got the Lay Spider Eggs toy from the Withered Training.
Nice.
The Fox Mount doesn't exist. You guys are just running around on
Yeah, I know.
random
I agree.
things. Right?
Oh, it does
It's
exist.
ridiculous.
Such a pretty
It's
pose.
It's awesome.
I got mine from the Nightfallen Emissary, though. I didn't get it from
As
Yeah.
did
there,
I.
Got my
So-
class hall mission board.
Oh, see, what makes me sad is that Thor got a second Torn invitation on his ult.
Oh,
So I'm
Oh,
like,
crap.
gimme! So he felt so bad. He didn't want to tell me, but he's not very good at keeping secrets. And he's like, this thing happened, and yeah. I'm like, oh, it's okay, honey. You didn't make the game do it. And if you did, anyway. So as for achievements, I got Dine and Bash, which is a Karazhan achievement. I completed the Little Necromancer part of Family
Yay!
Familiar Doobie thingy.
Ooh, cool.
So I've only got 2 or 3 of those so far. But I'm having an issue, I only need one more undead one, but I'm not getting the right trainer up to fill in that gap. And then a lot of the other times I'm only seeing the ones that don't count towards the achievement, so it's just a little bit frustrating, but I just really
Done
want...
the one in Surima? He's up today.
Is he? I haven't. I didn't get to
The
spend
one
too
at
much
the
time
menagerie.
before this. Okay. Oh, no. I haven't seen that one. I don't know. Maybe I've missed something. I don't know. I'll have to have a look. I'll have a look after this. I got Treasures of High Mountain randomly. I got Legion Archaeologist finally, because I went and did the thingy this week, because Lita, you posted getting your title. So this week is the title Headmistress or Headmaster or
Yes.
whatever. And I saw that and I'm like, yeah, I have to have that. That's awesome. So I went and did it, and that was It was fine. I actually, in the end, like on my first night, I got one pristine solve, and I was so excited because it was my first one. I'm like, yay! And it looks really cool on the shelves and stuff. And then the next day, I'm like, cool. I'm gonna keep working on this, and I'll finish it off. And I kept digging until it's like you can't have any more of those, and so I just solved a whole bunch in a row, and I got 3 pristine solves in a row.
Nice.
I was like, okay, that's really cool. So they're hanging up on my wall. And then, went off and got Headmistress. But I didn't realise that it's not account-wide, which I was a bit disappointed about because I really wanted my mage to have that because she's named after Lily Potter. And I kind of figure, Lily means a Headmistress title. And then I got Diggerist. I can't even remember what that's for, but I know it's archaeology. Something to do with archaeology. Some digging thing. I got... Oh, and then in Nighthold, so at the moment we're 9 out of 10 Heroic, so we've just got to get Gul'dan down on Heroic, and then we'll get into Mythic. Although I think we're starting Mythic tomorrow anyway without that. I got Not For You achievement from Tychondrius, who is the... he's one of the demon ones later on, and got Gluten Free from Trilliax, who's the cake boss. And that was really fun. So, yeah, that's it. It's mostly raiding stuff, which is a bit boring. Just in that it's lots of, artifact power grinding and researching, and then just random extra nights of raiding. So I think we've had 5 nights of raiding for the last 2 weeks. So a little bit sleepy. But
Wow.
But Nighthold is beautiful. So on Saturday we did a just a normal run of it, and so we cleared it all, and then everybody left, and I'm like, I'm gonna go take some screenshots, and I was in there for like an hour or so. I was just like running around, settings up as high as I could get them, and just taking pictures all over the place. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such a lovely place. So,
Nice.
yeah. So that was my week. Okay, wow, that's a bit done, and we're already like 40 minutes in. We'll quickly have a chat about the news. So the first bit, obviously, being about mounts. Jeremy Feasel at Muffinus did a tweet for us, following on from a comment from the Warcraft devs, saying that Legion Pathfinder is not required to earn the 7.2 class mounts that are coming, which is very exciting. If you don't care about flying but you want your class mount, you can still get that. So that's very cool.
Cool.
I thought it was awesome anyway.
And how long has the Nighthold been out now?
Two things. Mythics
weeks,
only.
yeah.
Mythics only.
2 weeks.
Like the Mythic race only started this looking.
Yeah.
As of yesterday, the final achievement for Nighthold has been figured out. The achievement grand opening on the chronomatic anomaly was actually unsolved. No one knew how to get that achievement until yesterday. Because I was having a look at all of them, and apparently it was solved for the first time on yesterday.
It's got to be before that because someone has a guide up with the mount. They got the mount already a couple of days ago. So it may not have been posted anywhere. He did a video guide.
Maybe.
I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. I'll have to have a look. I'm going to quickly do that
because
now.
there was a
if you
lot
want
of
to talk
stuff
about
on
the micro holiday.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff on it, and no one knew how to light all of the spotlights in the room. And so there was a lot of talk about it, and then someone got it yesterday, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I've seen. And supposedly, the Kirin Tor Tavern Brawl was meant to be happening now.
The
It's
pub brawl.
not.
Yeah.
I know, I'm very sad.
I'm
so
sad
looking
too.
forward to this.
So it came out in Europe, and apparently it got broken, so we all miss out. So
Wow.
what I think happened is that too many mages got trashed and portaled something somewhere that it shouldn't go, and we all miss out now because of, some naughty people.
Yeah.
They
They
typically
accidentally
use
ported
the
Dalaran to
Dalaran
Argus.
Well, we saw what happened when they teleported Dalaran. There were gnomes stuck in walls and all that kind of stuff. So,
Poor little gnomies.
It's always
but
the
this-
mage's fault.
but this holiday was completely puntastic. It was fantastic. I just loved some of the names of the achievements. They were,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I just like the idea of the party hats, the random party hats and selfie cameras around the place, and I like the idea of everybody in the room having different hats on and looking silly, and I don't know. It sounded. I hope that they reschedule it. I hope that
Yes.
it doesn't. It's not now missed for another year, and we have to wait.
Just
till next
extended
year.
for a bit.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna sit someone down and be like, "Fix it, please,
Pretty
and tell us when
please.
it's done." And then just have like a small group of people just work on it until it's fixed, or something. So hopefully it does come back.
It's Asmongold who got the mount a few days ago.
Of course.
Yeah. So there's a he's saying video guide soon, which I think might actually already be out. So yeah, that's really exciting though. It means that everything's doable, everything's there. And if you want a defiled moose, you can get it. Now's the time.
Yes. Now, Muffinus has cleared up a few things in regards to the new mounts and stuff. So the first one is, it was a question, most of these came from Twitter, which then Wowhead, I believe, compiled them.
This is from MMO, but yeah.
Oh, MMO Champion? Okay. Someone asked, does the Druid mount replace Flight Form, or is it a separate button? He said it's a separate button, but it acts a lot like Flight Form, so it's instant cast, etc. Is that a good thing for Druids? I honestly don't know.
It
Well, it
depends.
gives them the choice, basically, whether they want to use the original flight form or the new class mount flight form, because everybody's different. Some people might not like it, some people will. I know people that still prefer the old...
like the tree form.
Yeah, they want the old tree form back, or, they want
was there
the
anyone
non-Swift flight
arguing?
form.
Was there anyone arguing that it should be a mount and not a form?
Yeah. There's a bunch of druids who are like, I would like to have a special mount that is rideable instead of a travel form.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. You'd rather ride the mount than become it. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So, someone asked, okay, actually the blazing disc looks great. I was hoping it'd be made entirely of fire. Still, will it have a trail? And Muffinus has responded and said each of the little fiery orbs leave a trail. Also, each mount for each class has custom summon and dismiss effects. And I believe this is a lot of the new technology that they were working on that we mentioned previously. And somebody else asked, what about the Frost Mage mount? Does it leave a frost trail? Yes. So it's a lot of positivity coming from him. So, a lot of the questions we're asking, he's just like, yep, it does that. Yep, it does that. Yep, it does that. No problems. So the last one, with this in mind, will the Shaman mounts have different element variants? Once again, yes.
That's my tweet.
Oh, that was you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's not written here. I thought I saw them on Twitter previously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes,
I'm assuming you're very excited?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. I hope that there's a fire one. Cinderstorm needs a fire mount.
Yes.
I'm stoked.
So, is everyone happy with their class mounts?
I like mine. Mine's cool.
Yeah,
Owl
Simri, your priest one is lovely. Like, they're beautiful. Like all the different variants of that one. I love that one.
Yes.
I flicked through them on the TR. I didn't know we couldn't actually start the quest line or whatever for it yet. So I just flicked through the book and they do look pretty cool. I actually noticed that the Paladin has 4 though. I'm wondering why they have 4. Is that because they're
It's
trying to
different
figure out
race.
which 3 they want to keep? And then I thought,
the
maybe
race
it's
thing,
going to be
yeah.
for a racial thing, but then there's more than 4, isn't there?
No.
Are there only 4?
Oh no,
Yeah.
there are more. Yeah, there's
Yeah, I thought there's
humans,
only
dwarves, humans,
Draenei.
dwarves, Draenei,
Draenei?
Tauren,
Yeah, there was one
and
that looked
Blood
like a
Elves.
Draenei. It was like purple and blue, and then there was like
Yeah.
a reddish one.
So
Maybe there's more to
for
come then.
Maybe.
For Tauren Paladins, will they... I'm assuming their mounts will be upscaled? Like a very large horse?
As long as it's not a flying Kodo.
Now that
Oh,
would be
gee.
cool.
Oh, come
No, it
on.
wouldn't, I'm sorry.
come
Flying
on.
Elec for the Draenei?
Oh,
Now that actually
God.
would be cool.
That would be awesome.
A pink elephant.
Pink flying elephant.
Yes,
That
because
would
it
be
has to have the
something.
pink crystals from the Exodar.
I fully support this. Lita, you're not happy with yours?
I don't look too far ahead. So
Fair enough.
I'm too busy dealing with everything I currently need to deal with. So I try not to go looking for future things because I've
And
been
you're happy with your
disappointed.
class mount, anyway.
I'm a warlock, of course. Whatever I'm gonna
Exactly.
get, I'm like, I will be happy with it. It's a mount, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And you love your original warlock horse anyway.
Yes, my dread steed is one of the most favorite mounts I have. So yes.
What about you, Spanky?
Yeah, they look. I'll just keep using my other ones that I've got favorited. It's a bit meh. It's just a flying cat
Amalgamation.
bear with wings and I think they're pretty much meh. I don't
Oh,
really
fair
like
enough.
them.
What I don't like about the Hunter is that it's really just a reskinned Wyvern. It's
Yeah.
the same model.
Mm.
I thought it maybe was closer to the Phoenix models from
No.
Knowledge
Ah.
Mode.
No,
Because
the
the
Wyvern.
wings,
it's
but
the
they look-
Wyvern.
Ah, fair enough. Well, they have said that there are custom animations around them, so hopefully it's
Yeah, I'm
a
excited
little...
to see those.
I'm going to reserve judgment, but yeah, I'll have to wait and see it in action, I think, properly.
Yeah, definitely. I hope it's not too difficult to get them in the long run for someone who wants to have, every class mount. So,
It's just
with
grinding.
ults and stuff. Yeah.
How well are you doing with all your different class hall quests? And as long as you can do all them, get that, all them unlocked. I think it's the next part of that.
I can't wait for the class challenges. That's exciting.
Yes.
I'm excited about that too, because
Yeah,
that's the
that's gonna be
artifact
good.
appearance I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Well, continuing on with the news, there's been some information this week about how artifact power is going to work in 7.2. So, if you are at the high end of having your artifact weapon maxed out with your traits in the prestiging one, I think is what people are calling it, there basically anything that's above a certain number will be dissolved and given back to you as points to put towards the new artifact traits that are coming in 7.2. The main message, though, that they did say with this is that don't hold on to your artifact power now, that it won't work for the traits coming in 7.2, so just spend it while you have it.
They're actually going to grey out, and you have to vendor them, so you won't even be able to use them whatsoever. So you've got to use it now.
Yeah. And it's satisfying. I love clicking my artifact power. It sounds so lame, but there's something really satisfying about clicking it and the sound that it makes and me raising my weapon to the skies and going, yeah, I'm stronger. Even if it is like 50 odd
And then you
times in a
get the
row.
new trait and come up.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially
Or-
if you've got a fresh character who has artifact knowledge 25 and
yes.
you do
You ding one.
the one that gives you the most on the list, and it's just like, ding. Okay,
Yep.
now I have to pick 7 traits.
Yeah. It's very satisfying. I like it.
It reminds me of the golden swirly when you're leveling. Everybody loves that sound, so it's
yeah.
similar
Yeah.
to that.
Definitely.
And the last bit of news is just about the Mythic Raid race that is going on right now. At the time of recording, no one has defeated Gul'dan yet. So hopefully he'll survive the lockout and we have to go into a second week because, I don't know, it'd just be cool if the last boss lasted longer than one
Yeah.
lockout.
Well, there's
he
been a
has
bit of
a,
controversy.
Lots
as
of
well.
that.
There's been heaps
I'll
of
let you.
drama about it.
I'll let you finish what you were going to say, Spanky.
Oh, yes, thank you, go ahead.
There's a secret mythic only stage to Gul'dan which nobody has seen yet, so they're all hiding what it is, and there's talk that it's actually not doable this week. So they've only
really?
got because of however this new section works. So then the choices are going to be whether they go back to re-gear again or they do other stuff to try and push through it. And they got like 14 hours left or something before the EU resets. So. But there's a lot of other bits and pieces going on with it. But also, we've got actually an Oceanic guild in the top 10 this time
Yeah,
around. So.
Entropy is currently 7th.
Mhm.
They're 7 out of 10 mythic, which is awesome. Congratulations, guys. They're ex-Avast members, is that right?
Yeah, And they mix with a whole heap of other Alliance guilds and
Yeah,
stuff.
nice. That's really exciting. It's always good to see an Aussie in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Because who was it? Ascension was usually up there as well. Like they were really up there quite high with previous raids, and then they'd kind of burn out a bit and not get the last one down for a little while.
That's happened to a lot of teams recently. The burnout and all the other stuff that's been happening. But yeah, there was. I don't remember what the first incident was, but someone. I believe one of the servers went down during the raid race.
Yeah, Method's 2 servers, because Method's on a connected server, their server was targeted by a DDoS attack, so they were lagging constantly for like 3 or 4 hours. So then the rumour was that it was somebody from Serenity's fanboys that did it. So someone from Method's fanboys did a thing where they got a whole Serenity's lockout and locked them out for 3 or 4 hours to even the rest. And both teams are denying they had anything to do with it, and it's all this sort of drama going.
Yeah, a character by the name of, I believe it was Isabella.
Yeah.
What they did was they got someone from the team, like they messaged them. They're like, "Oh, shoot me a party invite, and I'll give you some pots because I want you guys to do great, and I've got a whole bunch." And then converted it to a raid group, walked in and accepted their lockout, and then held it hostage. Because they them being there was stopping them from progressing because they had too many people in the raid because it's mythic, and they held them up for about 4 hours and then let them go. And
a GM came in and ported the tune out, but
in the end, I believe it was MMO Champion or WoW had a talk with the person, and he or she was like, well, the other guild got held up for 4 hours, and it was their fault. So we did it back to them, and then they came out and said, this person has been booted from the guild. We do not condone what they've done.
But then
I think
it's just.
I think it'll all be addressed a bit more once the race is over. Like, people don't have time to focus on dealing with stuff like this, so they've said we'll deal with it later.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the raid leaders boot him from the guild, win, and then go back and argue with the people because
Yeah, and there's been a couple of guilds which have been banned for doing exploits during it as well. They suddenly jumped up. They found a way to get rid of whole extra ads and stuff like that, and they knew it was an exploit, so Blizzard's jumped on them and banned them for 2 weeks.
I believe it was
Star
Augur was the boss, and they somehow managed to use a Hearthstone on an
the ban
when
was
an ad
actually
was
for the monk.
Yeah, they used the monk
thing.
Oh, okay, because I heard originally it was you could use a Hearthstone to do something, and then someone was like, oh, you can do the same thing with a monk's ability.
Mm-hmm.
And
different
so that
guilds,
happened as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm just mostly excited to see the mythic only part because I'm not going to see that anytime soon. So I want to see the videos of that because I just I mean, I don't like the way that they do that, where they put extra story behind mythic only content.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that it's just. I hope it's just an extra phase like Archimon's was, but without any extra lore.
Was it? It was. Oh, geez, what was the name of the first raid in? Yeah, in Imperator Margok. When you took him down on Mythic, before you kill him, Cho'Gall jumps out, kills him, and then you fight Cho'Gall. Which, when I heard that, I was like, holy crap, that sounds awesome. And so, if it's something along that lines, something may come out of that portal that Gul'dan's trying to open.
I've heard some rumors about what it is, and I'm not going to talk about it because it'll be big spoilers. So, but yeah, it'll be really cool to see what that actually is moving forward. So yeah, look, tonight we just wanted to have a bit of a chat with some super awesome peoples about Legion mostly and how everybody's feeling about it. What do you guys think? Are you enjoying it? Lita, you go first.
I love it. I love it. What more can I say? There is so much to do. Like, there was already so much to do in the game that now my brain's like, OCD, yeah, crazy, crazy. But there is so many good things to chase, so many things to collect. And I mean, I have barely even looked at my alts. Barely looked at my
See,
alts.
and that's saying something for you because you have,
Yeah.
a couple.
Yes. Yeah. 78 at last count. So, just a couple.
Yeah,
Just a
Are you
couple.
serious?
Serious.
A lot of
yeah.
class mounts.
Yeah. So I mean I always do everything on my warlock. She's been my main since day dot, so everything gets done on her, and because there is so much that Legion has given me, and not only that, I still go back to Warlords. I'm still chasing things in Warlords, and I'm still chasing things in Mist. It is very, very difficult for me to even try and focus on the other girls. And I mean, they're back up my main. That's basically what my alts are. They've got the professions and all that, but I can't get into them because I'm like, I need to go fishing. I need to do this. And if I jump onto I just started leveling my priest, and every time I'm running around and I'm doing this quest and I keep thinking, I should be fishing on Lido. So I'll log off and I'll go back to her and go and do that stuff. But I love it. There is so much. The questing experience, the world quests, what they've done for the world quests. I want more. I want more of that.
You're getting more in 7.2, so that's good.
That's exciting, but yeah, I do love it. I really do. I mean, it's not without its faults. Professions and dungeons. Let me get started on that one, but on the whole, yep, I do really love it. So yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Moo?
Well, I'm kind of burned myself a little bit too hard on this on the outset. I mean, like so many other people, I think we went really hard into it straight out of the bat, had a great time unlocking things and doing the stuff, and yeah, it's great. And eventually it reached the point where it's like, oh, I don't want to have to grind more artifact power. I don't want to have to go and do more of these world quests and things like that, which I realise is totally on me, but it reached a point where I dreaded having to go into Suramar because I was so sick of being chased by the stupid illusion guys. An illusion, what do you? Yeah, shut up, whatever. and so I had to distract myself and do other things. And so that's what I did. I started doing my road trips again, and I just explored a bit, and I was taking my time because, I mean, the expansion's going to be here for a while, and the problem is that the expected slowdown in content that I thought would probably happen kind of hasn't happened yet.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah. And like Lita has said, I've had no time for any of my alts. Moo is my only 110. My Tauren Shaman is 104 and kind of stuck somewhere in the middle of High Mountain. My Alliance Mage is 101 and in Stormheim. And my Alliance main, or he used to be my main, like my original main. He's got most of my stuff. He hasn't even gotten the quest to take Dalaran to the Broken Isles yet. He's still chilling out in Stormwind. And nice. Part of that is because my computer, as we discussed in the pre-show, is pretty old, and it's kind of struggling a bit. And so I was intending that by now I would have had a new computer, and I was kind of waiting on having that to kind of experience the Broken Isles from the start of the whole experience in kind of its true glory. And because I haven't done that yet, I kind of haven't gone back and haven't been motivated to go back and redo all of that, because I'd like to do it when I can see it in its full glory. So for the moment, I'm just kind of pottering around on Moo and doing the things and collecting the stuff and all of that kind of thing. So, but enjoying it. I just am not going as hard as I was originally, because if I kept going at that pace, I was going to completely burn myself out and just go and do other things completely out of WoW,
Yeah.
which I have been doing a bit of anyway. But
Well, that's fair enough.
yeah. But overall, the experience has been great, especially the leveling experience up to 110. All of the zones, I love them. Of course, High Mountain's my favourite. I'd marry it if I could, if it was like
Poor Nat.
sentient. Oh, she would understand. She'd totally understand. And, I go and see Moosey every time I'm there. I love Moosey. And I just, I just love it. It's my favourite thing. But overall, I just love the Broken Isles overall. It's been fantastic and really enjoyable. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it from the air. But at the moment, I'm just taking it all in from the ground and enjoying that feeling of it being really huge before it all gets shrunken by being able to fly.
Yeah. Although I feel like this time around with that Flight Master's whistle, that's really made it feel, and not in a bad way, but I feel like that's made it feel a little bit smaller in the way that flying makes worlds feel a bit smaller, just because you don't have to always run so far.
See, that's funny. I don't look at flying like that. I don't
No,
look
I
at
don't-
it
I
as
don't either.
seeing the world get smaller. To me, flying makes the world bigger. And yeah, it's intriguing, just like between me and Moo ourselves, just the way we think. So I'm kind of interested to hear what the rest of you guys think. But yeah, no, cool.
It probably honestly stems from my whole. The whole reason I do the road trip from the ground is because it makes the world feel bigger and more immersive and more like old school vanilla. Back in my day, we had to wait till level 40 to get him out, man. And
Yeah, flying you miss out on a lot because you just
Yeah.
skip over things so quickly.
well, that's what I
Yeah.
found is that it feels like it's like the difference between if you drive a lot in your local area. Like I drive, to the local shops all the time. But if you walk, you see so many more things that you don't notice when you drive because you're not going past them so fast. You're just kind of slowing down, and it's the same kind of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my flying. I fly everywhere I can, but I like to take the time every so often to just get on my ground mount. And having this enforced period for a little while, with it being unlocked later on a firm timeline, I think has really helped compared to Drannel.
Definitely.
I agree. I think knowing
has
that it's going to
removed-
happen.
It's removed all the complaints that happened
Yeah.
because everyone was like, "Well, do
there's
we
still-
get flying?
there's
Don't we
still
get
some
flying?"
complaints.
Well, it
Well,
Well, nobody
still some,
knew
but at
when
least-
last time. That was
Yeah.
that was
it
the key. I think.
removed the will it, won't it, and now they say yes, you will, and it's on that day.
I think also though that everyone's just a little bit too busy to go, when are we getting flying? It just,
Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
everyone's a
Yeah.
little bit distracted.
And
I
like you
think
said, the
as-
Flight Master's whistle
Yeah, it does
put
make
a
big
massive. It's a big band-aid over the people who complain that they can't fly.
difference.
It is.
I think
You know, one
And-
thing that bugs me about Whistle, being on my hunter, half the time it takes me to the hunter flight and not
Yes.
the regular
Oh,
flight. I'm like,
yes.
that's
Yes,
not
I have
what
that
wanted.
same issue.
That's why I
Especially
don't
because
use
there's
that.
no hunter flight point in Dalaran. There's
Mhm.
a giant eagle that was clickable previously that now isn't, that's not part of the Eagle Flight Network.
Yep.
And you can only go one way around the entire Broken Isles.
Yeah, I ended
have
up
to
changing
go-
to the other they're not talents. The other thingy.
Oh, your order
Yeah, I
hall
might do
upgrade.
that
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, the other upgrade, the other thingy.
What is the
Yeah.
other one?
Increases
I don't
mission
even know.
success with hazards by 10%. That's all.
Oh,
it is.
there you go.
Yeah, but I
So
just
not
had
worth
to
it.
turn off the Eagle Flight Network. It was just, you're right, it was a pain in the butt. Because,
Yeah.
Nat and I both hit our whistles at the same time, and it's like, where are you? Oh, I'm over the other side of the zone.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Although the feathers that you get are great.
Yeah. They
Oh,
are
I
good.
never use those.
Oh, they're the same as the kite toy.
Yeah, I
And they
always
last for,
use
like,
the kite
2
emerald wings
minutes.
combo or the glider.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
use my Goblin Glider anyway, so that never
You can
really
only have
happens.
one feather, and it only lasts 5 minutes. But once you activate it, you have a full 2 minutes of gliding. So it's really helpful because you can, if you need to get somewhere really far, like you go to the one in Stormheim, and you can probably feather plus glide all the way to Anatholis Academy. I'm fairly
Yeah, I
sure.
think you can get pretty far just jumping off Dalaran and using the Emerald Winds
Unless
and the
you're a Demon
Kite
Hunter.
combination. Unless you're Demon Hunter.
Actually, I've been on my rogue for the last 2 days or something when I found out that there is probably going to be a rogue pet now. So I've been trying to level that
Oh,
one up
really?
to 105, and I've been having trouble, or fun, I should say, with the grappling hook. And I tweeted
Yes.
a picture the other day, and then like 2 seconds later, I misjudged the click point, and then I like fell to my death. It's like, oh, it's like that.
Yeah, so a lot of people want that baked in.
Is
For
that
the
like
rogue.
a rogue specific thing?
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a
Combat
it's a
specific.
talent point.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
cool. That'd be fun.
Because I was trying to get to that, the mining spot right up top in High Mountain, and you have to like traverse
Yeah.
your way all up the mountain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually used my Kite and Emerald Winds, and I was on the other side, so I thought I'm just going to use the grappling hook to make my way
Nice.
over the mountain, and that's like halfway up, I like fell.
Oh no.
But the good news was when I spirit rest, I was right by the flame.
Oh
So,
no.
yay!
Nice.
Silver lining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like going back to the flying thing, I think especially with places like High Mountain is that the zones are a lot more layered than they used to be as well. So
Yeah.
you've got your ground level, but then like High Mountain's obviously got
High
all the
Mountain is
mountains
very
and the
vertical.
paths, and then you've got the caves and stuff underneath. And so even with flying, you're still gonna have a lot of running around to do, especially there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I like the extra dimension that flying gives you in regards to being able to, like the scar that Deathwing left.
Mhm.
Seeing that from the ground, oh wow, it's a giant hole that runs
Yeah,
like
that's annoying.
that far. And then when you fly over it, you're like, holy crap, that thing is actually that damn big. He did some damage.
Mm.
Like, being
Some-
able to see it from that other angle is... I like that. But obviously, I'd prefer to go through the zones without flying first, and then come back with flying. You know, fly over the top, fly through the trees, under and around stuff. You know, it's fun.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And something I do like about flying that doesn't happen when you're on the ground is that, especially, and I find this driving through Suramar on my chopper, I get hooked up on every single piece of ground trash, like the slightest little twig that's on the ground.
Yes, everything is
I'm
so
stuck on
jagged and
this-
broken.
Yeah, I'm stuck on this 2-inch high piece of wood. You know, I'm the most powerful hunter in all of Azeroth, and I can't climb over a 2-foot high wall. It just
Yeah.
But yeah, minor gripe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing.
What about you, Spanky? I know that you've changed the way that you play a lot this expansion. You're not raiding as much as that you used to previously, and I think there's a few things that you've not been too happy with. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, to say I've had a bit of a change in the way I play is probably an understatement. The fact that I'm not rating Mythic Endgame anymore, not only, just because of, like, I start work at 4 in the morning now, so I can't be up till 11:30 at night raiding anymore. That's just not possible. So I had to change the way I did that. And, when I was first playing, I'd gotten into that old habit of being used to having multiple turns and everything sort of being really easy. And it's a habit that I always try and catch myself not to do, because you get so used to, at the end of an expansion, things work a certain way. You can have all these different characters and all this sort of stuff, and they're all set up and going. And at the beginning of an expansion, it's always totally different. That first patch is usually 1, maybe 2 turns at the most. And so I'd fallen into that little trap myself. So, I had to rethink what I was going to do and how I was going to play it. And so yeah, once I got my head around that, and basically I got stuck into the new PvP system. I really like it. It's because you don't have to worry about gear, you don't have to worry about stats. The only thing that matters is your eye level, and that's it. And even that's only a minor thing. So those new PvP templates that they're using now are absolutely awesome, because they just tweak everybody. And even though at the moment it's very melee heavy at the moment, they're constantly adjusting the PvP. So I think the other thing was I was struggling with this. I tend to be, when I played my characters, I'd go through, I'd do absolutely everything, and then I'd sort of slow down and start doing a little bit of this, maybe a little bit of an alt. But with Legion, there is no slowdown. It's just there's something new, so you can't really finish as such. I think that was probably the thing that was getting close to burning me out, but finding I just had to change my mentality towards Legion. Accepted a lot of stuff I'm not going to finish. I'm a strange one that I really enjoyed raiding, but I hate dungeons. I don't like the small five-man groups. They're too cliquey, they're too niche, and especially once you start getting back in even when challenge modes were a thing, you had to have the right classes and the right specs, and if you didn't have it, you couldn't get into groups, sort of thing. I remember back in Draenor, at the end I was a mythically geared hunter, and I couldn't get into mythic dungeons because I was a hunter and they didn't want any of them at that particular time. So, massively overgeared them, but couldn't get into groups, and that was always the thing that bugged me about dungeons. So, and because this expansion is so focused on dungeons, everything pushes you from professions in dungeons, quest lines in dungeons, story ends up in dungeons. So, when we finished our zones, we did the one dungeon to finish the quest, and then that was it. We just don't go back to them. So that's sort of probably burnt me a little bit, but until I found that, hey, I'm happy just doing world quests. I'll do that, and I'll do my PvP, and I think I've settled into a good spot now. I've got enough variety I got used to the hunter changes. Marksman.
That's good.
I didn't really play very much, so marksman didn't bother me too much. I've settled myself in with my BM as my world spec, so I've gotten used to having only a few buttons on there, but I found my way to tweak that, and I'm a strange one that I actually enjoy survival. Harpooning
Nice.
around and punching people in the kneecaps as a goblin with a big stick is a lot of fun. It is.
That's
it is
such
a hell
great
of a lot
visual,
of fun.
actually.
I got all the challenge mode weapons from last expansion, so I've got transmog all my weapons into this giant two-handed sword, so the sword's twice as big as me, so I just run up and punch them in the kneecaps, and it's awesome fun in PvP. So yeah, I had to change the way I think. I think that was the biggest thing. I had to not expect to have everything done or have certain things done at certain times, and you ride that sort of up and down, oh my god, we're going to do everything, play, and then you had that chill out, whereas Legion, you can't chill out. You've just got to go at a steady pace. And I think, well, now that I've found that steady pace, I've accepted that my professions aren't going to be done whatsoever. I'll just go, whatever, I'll just let them go. I'll level them up next expansion or Darkmoon Fair or whatever when I feel like it. Now that I've accepted all that, yeah, it's pretty good. I've gotten to the spot where we're just doing the world quests we want. We don't have to do them all. I'm slightly crazy that I've got 2 artifact weapons with 6 bonus points in each one, because I'm doing one weapon then another weapon. I just swap back and forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I've found my spot now. So I've just gone, well, what'll be. I'll just cruise along in the middle, not do too much, not do too little. What will be, let stuff go. And in that sense, Legion's really good because it's up to you to control how much you do or how much you don't do. And even for someone who was an alcoholic, who had, about 14 level 100s at the end of the last expansion, and, I had all the stuff going, I'm quite happy just to let them sit now, just sit on the one turn and cruise along for a while. There's plenty to do. And I think the big thing too with a lot of people is they don't have that self-control. I've got to have it all now, and they can't just stop and think and go, I'll just sit on one turn for a while. We're 5 months in, we're not even 6 months into this expansion, so
I think that like all 3 of you so far have done what I think is the most important thing that people do need to do, is to keep an open mind and be prepared to adjust, perhaps, and get what you want out of WoW. Maybe sometimes in a different way than what you're expecting. Because I think that the early burnout, I think, has been a pretty common thing, because maybe it's that mentality of, well, we're not going to have heaps of content for a really long time, so I'm just going to get everything all over and done with, and then there'll be the downtime, and I can go play other games or whatever, and come back to WoW again when everything gets a bit more interesting. But as you've said, there's no downtime yet. There's too much to try and get through, and you've all found different ways of doing what interests you the most and still enjoying the game, and I think that's really, really important.
Yeah, I think that was the trick to find, to throw the expectations out the window and just let it go and just find your slot as such. And once you get that groove going, then you just plod along. Legion is a marathon. It's not a 100-meter sprint. And I think that's what people are used to. They get in, they clear the raid, they log off for a while. Well, there is no log off at the moment because there's always something to do. So it never ends.
Warlords felt like the sprint, so...
Yeah, see, I was a strange one. I really enjoyed Warlords. I loved it because...
I did too.
Me too.
I enjoyed it.
Once
I loved
that
it.
sprint was over, you had your garrison, and I loved that thing. I was making gold hand over fist. I had plenty of things to do in there. My professions didn't take a lot of effort, but you put enough effort into it, you got enough out of it, and that was it. So, every expansion is different, and we tend to think that the last expansion is how, at the very end, when we have that downtime, because let's face it, there's been a year's downtime ever since Wrath. People think Warlords was a little bit long, but we had the same thing in Cataclysm, we had the same thing in MOP, we had the same thing in Wrath, we had a year of ICC pretty much. So it's a reoccurring pattern, and I just found other things to do in that downtime, which was level all the alts and do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And if we have it again this time, so be it. I've got 12 or so tunes sitting there waiting to go, If I don't, so be it. I've got the Hunter who's got plenty of stuff to do on him,
That's kind of how I'm looking at it too. If it ends up happening, I'll come back to my alts. It just feels bad because it feels like you're neglecting them.
I'm like that. I
them
see
up to
them
date.
and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just like Lita said, when you play your alts, you feel like you're neglecting your main. Because it's like, well, I could be doing world quests and getting more artifact power.
Yeah.
But I could be also leveling this alt to actually get to max level to be able to get artifact power for it.
Yeah,
So
it's a
it's-
funny catch-22, but yes.
Definitely.
I did a strange thing the other day. I logged into each tune because some of them had been logged in for 2 or 3 months just to tick the mailboxes and all that sort of stuff. And I went, bugger this. I changed every single one of their transmogs. And I went, right, you guys are good to go. You've got a new set of clothes on. You look good. You're ready to kill something. And you're gonna and I'd
sit
run
there
them
for
all
the
through the
next 6
Broken
months.
Isles. Yeah, I'd run them all
Yeah.
through it. So they're all parked in Dalaran. I've done about 6 of the artifact weapons on some of them, so half the tunes you got that.
Yeah.
But I've just gone, well, you got a new set of clothes, you're in a nice little city, don't worry about the hole in the wall that's there, ignore the strange gnomes running around, we're good to go, have fun and party in the tavern. And that's where I left them. I parked them in the tavern with the new outfit on, and they're good to go. They can sit there.
Yeah, I got all my alts, got all their artifact weapons, and I parked them in their respective class halls. And it's like, you guys can wait it out for just a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as they look good. I mean, okay, it cost me about 10k gold or something because that's just the way I am, but hey, they're good to go now.
Hey,
So,
if you look good, you play good. That's
That's
the
it.
way it works.
I'm the strange one
Yep.
that does
No,
transmog during leveling.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm really glad we've got a person who used to be in our previous raid team who went away for a while, and he's come back, and he's just as bonkers about transmog as I am. Like, to the point where he'll change his transmog mid raid. He's like, you know what? I think this boss needs a different outfit, and so he'll just change his outfit like in
Oh,
the middle
God.
of the raid.
Did,
It's
did
so
that
awesome.
person play Final Fantasy
I have no idea.
13?
I don't know.
Because that whole game was based around the dress system, where you changed your clothes to change your abilities.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, the main
Wow.
character
I have
was
a
lightning.
different, I have a different transmog for each spec that I have, so that Elemental's one look and Resto's another look and Enhancer's another one, and I
But
do that for
there's
all of them.
more sets than the Corruptor set. What?
Yeah, I know, Lita. I know it's hard to believe. It's really hard to believe.
My hunter is scantily clad. The only thing that changes about her is the weapon. So whether it's the challenge mode gun or a big giant sword now, that's it. So, and yes, I'm the strange one that loves the gun. And I even changed. I hated the new gun sound so much. I got the original file back, so I've got the old gun sound.
Oh
going.
wow!
I
Oh,
love
I've
it.
got to find out how to do that. I love
I
the gun
want
just
sound.
my
got the
Elec
search.
Thunder already. I want the
So,
Alex
yeah.
Thunder already. God damn it.
I got that challenge mode gun now that moves and shakes and is bright blue, and I'm like, yep, that'll do me.
What about you, Simri? What are you feeling about Legion? How are you feeling about Legion? What are your thoughts?
I still feel there's a lot to do. I mean, there's like 10 more points to engineering I still can't get because I haven't done those Suramar dungeons, so I can't get those goggles.
Yep.
So I'll have to wait for the fair, I think, for those last 2 weeks. And then even cooking. I mean, I give the guy all my ingredients and I haven't seen a
Same.
recipe for weeks. I still have like
I-
13 rank 3s to get.
I may
Wow.
have filled I may have filled 3 full bags with bacon. Trying to max out cooking. Yeah.
Gee.
I had a lot of crispy bacon. It was a rank 3, it was green. I did get max cooking out of it, but
Well
boy,
done.
it took me a
Wow.
while.
I have 3
Yeah.
points to get for cooking. I think I'll just wait for the fair to arrive.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would have been quicker.
Fair
It
start
was either
Sunday.
make
Oh,
either
nice.
make rank 3 crispy bacon or make the feasts. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're both
I'd
green.
like to get the bacon achievement.
What's the achievement?
You just have to get the bacon buff from the rank 3, I think.
Ah. I want a Baconator title or something.
I
That'd be
didn't know
fun.
that.
I didn't know that.
I might go make some more bacon.
Nice.
In game
So
or
I
in the
had-
kitchen?
Making more bacon is never a bad
I can do
idea.
both. I can do both.
Simri, you spent a bit of time in PTR and beta and stuff before everything came out, like for your website and your guides and all of that. Does that make a difference to how much you're engaging with it while it's live, or you
I
find
think so.
balances?
Because a lot of the time it gives you a head start on, well, in some parts it kind of cuts down on all the, how do I do this? Like, where do I go? Instead of having to look it up. So it cuts down on a little bit of playtime, which is good. And yeah, well, I can't wait until we hear more about the class hidden appearance thing, those challenges. I just really want to know what that's going to entail, because I remember doing the hunter one back then and I remember doing the priest one back then, and they were just, well, even though there was, pretty high latency for us, it was pretty hard to do, but I just love those types of challenges.
I'd never done those, but I did do the Warlock Greenfire magically because I'm a very bad Warlock. Very, very bad. And I spent hours working really hard to get the Greenfire because I just wanted it so much. And I'm glad that I did it because, Greenfire's cool and the title's really awesome. And I liked the feeling of accomplishment that I got out of like a solo play challenge that was designed specifically for the class that I was playing.
Yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
hoping that it's the same thing for these appearances.
Yeah.
I just hope that the appearances are enough of an incentive for lots of people to do it. Because I know that there's some people who just don't give two hoots about their artifact. They power it up because they have to, but they don't care about how it looks or anything and don't really connect with it that way. So I'd just be a bit curious.
I've actually been having fun seeing all the crit and dungeons and stuff for my Lights Wrath. I know that there was a bug before where people were like powering it up like 3 times in one dungeon. And I thought, that's a bit insane. But I wasn't
Wow.
able to get on to check it before they fixed it. But yeah, when you like crit for 2 million and, like a heal and stuff, and then hit the boss or whatever for 4 million and stuff,
Whoa,
that's pretty cool.
That's insane.
I just managed to get my second 0.5, so I have like 36 now points into the weapon, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean it's such a big grind to get the artifact power now for those prestige ones. So I've got. I am okay. So confession time, because I'm a complete numpty. I have Resto spec is my main, and Elemental is my off spec that I play for DPSing, and I'm having to DPS a little bit more than I thought I would be in Nighthold, just because it's not massively healer intensive, especially not for normal, and to heroic either to a degree. So I'd said, okay, I'm going to take it in turns, and I'm going to do one prestige in Resto and then one in Ellie, and then, back and forth like that. And so I was working on my elemental one, and just before this, dinged up enough to go hand it in and click up a next prestige point, except that I already had one there that I hadn't yet put in to it. So I got 2. Because I'm an idiot.
Nice.
I'm just like, how did I not notice that? So, that's an extra, 1% damage. That'll be nice, because I'm a terrible elemental shaman. I'm a terrible shaman, full stop, but beside the point.
Actually, I have a question, shaman question.
Yes.
In your order hall, there's that totem game thing.
Yes.
I was talking to Panzer about it once, and she said something like, I said, oh, they should have like a toy or achievement for that. And she said there was one. But what is it exactly?
I believe there is an achievement. I haven't done it on live. I actually did it on beta and managed to finish it on beta and haven't been able to do it live.
So how many of them do you have to hold?
I'm not 100% sure. I'll look into it and get back to you and everybody else. But I'm not sure if it's a toy. But I have seen people ding an achievement, or like there's a big announcement and stuff that goes like class hall wide and stuff, saying that this person's super awesome and that's really great. So I'll have a look into it a little bit more, because if there is a toy, then that's really going to motivate me to try that.
Well, speaking of toys that almost drove me up a wall, Natani got me into that engineering
I know
one.
what you're talking about, yeah.
Oh,
The
gosh.
uncross the wires.
That was the most evil gift I ever gave her, that thing.
Yeah,
She
I think
did
you had to
really
get to
well,
like level
though.
20 or something, and I got all the way to
Yeah.
like level 25. And
I
then
stopped once
didn't-
I got the achievement.
Oh no, I kept going to see how complicated it'd get. I got to about level 25, and then the service shut down.
Oh,
And I'm like,
no.
all right, I guess I have to stop then. Because like
Oh,
I
man.
finished like 25, 26 loaded, and then I got logged out. I was like, what the?
Aw.
I guess the service is shutting down tonight. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, that stopped me from staying up all night doing this.
That
So-
isn't a dick puzzle. I left her doing it one night, went to bed. I woke up at 2:00 in the morning, and she must have lost track of time. She was still there doing it. And I'm like, this is a problem.
No, I can totally relate. I was a bit silly and started it quite late the night, and I'm going through and I'm like, you know what? This is taking me a bit longer than I expected, and so I just had to stop and start again the next night to get it all done. The dual craft one is a lot easier to do. Like, so if anyone's wanting
It's a
the
bit
achievement
too
from
easy,
that.
that one.
I agree.
It's trivial.
The hardest part is just getting enough gems to make the darn
Oh, yeah.
thing. Ugh. It's really expensive to make.
That's one thing that's keeping me off getting my alts leveled up, professions. Because I heard about the blacksmithing issue where you just flat out couldn't get max level blacksmithing, and I'm just like, at some point they're gonna maybe nerf all the, like, change around all the values so it's easier to level it, and that's when my alts will flood through and do all their profession stuff. So
Yeah, I haven't done a lot. I've got, like, all my main ones are done now on my shaman. I haven't worried about secondaries, because how does anyone level up first aid without the Dark Moon Fair? That's all I can say. And then my
Killing
mage
an
has
exorbitant amount of
Bloody
enemies.
achievement, jeez. I've
Yeah.
only
Yes.
received
I
one of
know,
those
the notes.
letters. How do you get the others?
I've got a few. I have one in my bags,
one.
and I can't find where to go for it. I've gone to the spot so many times, there is nobody there.
Is it
It's
the
a
one in
mystery.
High Mountain?
Yes, it is the one in High Mountain.
They're in
I
a
don't know where
cave.
to go.
The crumbled ladder?
I can't remember
Oh,
what
I have the
it's
fevered
called.
letter. It's the only one I've ever received.
Yeah,
Okay, I
same.
got a crumbled ladder today, and it sent me to a spot up in High Mountain, and he was behind a tree and a rock.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
The
up
most
god.
bizarre place.
He's
I
up on
can't-
top of the hill. He's not actually in a cave. He's
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like behind this there's like a rare or elite and a wooden what would you like pylon that you can climb, like a lookout, and he's down behind. There's a tree and there's a rock and a little wooden fence, and he's right there. So
Okay.
yeah, so it wasn't too bad, and I found him quite easy, which for me was was really surprised.
Actually, I have seen 2 other ones, but maybe one was on an alt or something. And either that or they're just not giving me credit. There was one in High Mountain. Was it? Oh no, it was Tormheim, and it was on a cliff, and he was like next to a rock or something. And then there was another one in Suramar where you had to like bandage 5 people under a bridge.
Yeah, I've had that one a couple of times.
I haven't had
So
that
I've had
one.
I've had a few. I think I want to say I've had about 4 or 5 of them, and I've had that one under the bridge twice, I think. And I've got 3 completed on the achievement, and that one that I've got now that I can't find.
That's
And
ridiculous.
it feels like no other ones are going to drop until I've completed that one. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's just kind of how it's feeling because I'm doing world quests out the wazoo. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating.
Maybe it's some sort of bugs. The fevered letter, I abandoned the last one I have. It maybe it's holding it up somehow.
Yeah, I'll do some more research.
Maybe.
I'll investigate a little bit and go on
Yeah.
Wowhead and stuff and try again. But yeah, like I'm similar. I kind of feel like professions on alts aren't going to be a hugely high priority. I mean, the benefit is that I've got Thor, and he's an altaholic. Like he's got, I don't know, 4 max characters at the moment, and actively plays a couple of them, and they've got relatively high professions. So I've got the jewel crafting, and he's got alchemy and enchanting and inscription. For like Vantis runes, I think, if we ever need them. So between us, we've got everything that we need for raiding. So I think it takes the pressure off me. But people who aren't in that situation, I do feel bad that there's no backup system or anything. What are you guys thinking about the raid so far? You got Moo, you were saying you went into LFR this week and you had a good time. Has everybody else been doing any raiding at all, like LFR level or anything
Nope.
else?
I tried the LFR this week. And
What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It wasn't too brain taxing. Like it was LFR the way LFR is meant to be. Like you get to see the story. It's
Not too much trash.
No, not too much stress. There's a little bit of technique.
I'm
You
sorry,
stay
guys.
out of
I'm really sorry. Be prepared because the amount of trash in this raid is the most that I think I've seen in a really, really long time. Once you get out of that, because you're like the first part is like the underground getting into the Nighthold, and then once you're in there, it's a castle, and there
I
is
guess it
trash
makes sense, yeah.
everywhere. Yeah,
You work your way up.
yeah.
storming
But-
the castle. I
Yeah,
love that
but on the
idea.
plus side, there do seem to be a lot of BOEs dropping. We've had quite a few in our raid group of people just getting random purple BOEs drop. So you could, even if there's a lot of trash, you could get something that'll make you a decent chunk of gold if you can't wear it yourself.
I actually managed to get a piece, so I was quite happy with that. Even though it was the back,
Nice.
like it
Yep.
wasn't one of the main pieces like the dress or the shoulders or anything, but that's pretty cool.
Well, they match as well. Like the cloaks match the tier set, which I really like that they've done that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've enjoyed LFR. I've only done once for everything, and in, out, done, off to do other stuff. So that's the way I think LFR should be. Totally lost interest in doing other stuff
Yeah.
because I can't do the main stuff. So I watched the guild. They killed the first mythic boss last night after they killed
Nice.
Gul'dan. So I said Gul'dan's a tough, long, like I think it took him nearly 13 or 14 minutes to do a heroic. So
And it is brutal with a small group. So we had just a funsies night last night for people who wanted to go in there and see if we could get Gul'dan outside of normal raid times. And so we had 12 people who were able to make it, but it didn't seem to scale. So health-wise, I mean, he's got a massive health pool, so it takes a long time anyway, but there's some abilities that he has that, a certain number of people get an ability on them, and you need other people to help them break them out of it. and that's fine when you've got 20 or more people in there to break that, but it's the same number of things to break when you have half as many people. So most of your raid is running around helping out with these abilities. Yeah. And the last phase, the whole thing's just on fire. We're running around going,
It's like,
oh my god!
With 25 people, this ability hits like a truck. With 10 people, it hits like a slightly smaller truck.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
so
like,
we had 28 in there last night because we got the big rotating bench, so and everybody wants to do it and stuff like that. So you know, they're in there, they're having fun with it. I think LFR is where it should be. You know, I actually saw 2 legendaries drop in my LFR run, so you know, people get them. I got 2. Coffee's got 3 already. She got the 3rd one after. I've upgraded 1 today. I haven't done any dungeons, so I've only got those little essences via just doing the emissary caches.
Yeah.
So I've got 1 down, 1 to go, and then it is what it is because legendaries don't matter in PvP. They're all disabled, so they're only a stat stick. So for me, they don't do anything. They're pointless as such. But yeah, LFR's been good from what I saw of it, there aren't too many complaints about it apart from the bugginess and stuff, but there's tier in there, there's 6 pieces to get your 4 set, which I think they did really well. It gives people more options of how they want to make their 4 set bonus, so, LFR's LFR, as long as people are in there having fun and not doing something like Drumu where you're getting to 10 stacks and still wiping because people can't run a maze. I remember those days of 4 hours on one boss of LFR, and
no thanks.
I mean, we had 2 hunters, because I do everything with coffee, so 2 hunters queuing. Our queue was 6 minutes, and we were in, and we were out in 15 minutes. We'd done 3 bosses, and we were finished. So, it is what it is, and I think they've done well. I think they've tuned it really well because nobody seems to be getting stuck on any of these LFRs. I've only done them once, and we've been in out. I think I died once, and that was just because I was doing stuff because I went to grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah, LFRs. I remember at BlizzCon I was saying LFRs meant to be tourist mode, and that's not derogatory. That's just this is for people who want to see the stuff, but don't raid, and that's me. That is exactly me.
Yeah. Which is what I think that's how I feel normal dungeons should be, so that people can see the story. So you do finish your zone, you go in and you do that dungeon just at a really base level to at least see the rest of the story and how it all plays out. And I fully support that. That's where the difficulty, though, of having to go back in for professions is, it hinders people who don't do dungeons in that way. So it'd be nice that they kind of take stuff out of the dungeons and just let those dungeons either be a grinding thing for people who enjoy doing that at a higher level, or make them a one-off that you can do to see the story, and then you don't have to worry about going back in there again if you don't want to.
Well, that's why I'm happy that they're bringing heroic mode to the mythics. So at least then I'll be able to see some of these dungeons.
Yeah, then you can queue up for those without having to... And they're splitting Karazhan in half and stuff, so that'll be good. I'm just waiting to be able to kill Gul'dan.
Yes, for the mount.
That'll be much.
It won't be too long. I've noticed that it's stopped. It's supposed to, when you run into Suramar City, it's supposed to put your disguise on, and it stopped doing that for me. And I don't know why. I'm a bit sad about it.
I've never had that. I've always had to click it manually.
No, with the mount, it's supposed to specifically put it on you.
Okay.
Like automatically apply it. And it did it the first
didn't
week.
even know.
And it stopped doing it now, so I don't know. I haven't ticketed it, but maybe I should.
Maybe it's a small bug.
Could be an add-on too.
Oh, I'm sure someone would have told them about it.
Yeah. Lita, you don't do any LFRs or anything?
I don't. Well, I used to raid. I used to raid a lot. I was very hardcore. I don't raid anymore. I've got, like I said, I've got too much other stuff to do.
You do.
And it keeps me busy enough, and I really don't like being forced to have to go into dungeons or raids. I mean, I had to go and do Xavius on LFR to complete the Warlock quest line. And I had to suck it up. It was a really, really big ask of me to suck it up and go into LFR to be able to do it. I did it and I was able to progress from there, but I've not seen anything else. I have got over, like, I don't know, 18 quests sitting in my log that I need to go and do stuff in dungeons and in raids. I've had to drop a couple because I don't have room, and I don't think that's fair. I know I'll get to it because I'm a completionist and I will get it done. But I just don't like being forced that I have to go do it and I have to go do it now. And I'm like, yeah, no, don't. I'll just do it when I'm damn well ready. So it's a little bit frustrating. Because I do. I get a bit squirrely and I'll be like, okay, I really should do a dungeon tonight. I really, really should. And then I'll be like, pet battles!
Yeah.
Oh, yay! And 3 hours later, I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't want to do that now.
Gonna do that. Oh, well, bedtime. Night. So yeah, I know I've got to go and kill Gul'dan, obviously, you know, for one of the quests and for the mounts and that kind of stuff. But it's just like, don't force me. The more people try and force me to do something, then I really back off from it and I will go do other things, which is, it's not a bad thing, but it just feels like they keep jamming this stuff down for Legion. And this is probably my biggest bugbear, is like, well, you have to go do this and you have to go into this dungeon. And it's like, well, no, you know, if I'm going to max out this, and I will go to Darkmoon Fair and get my 5 points every month, and I don't care if it takes me 6 months to do it.
Yeah.
I'll just do it, you know, I'll do it on my terms and at my time. And that's where I wish they just had a little bit more balance to allow for, okay, you know, maybe there's an option to say, well, we don't need to be able to go do this stuff. I mean, if I had a team, sure, maybe, but I haven't had a team for quite some time. And so therefore I just find my own things to do.
Yeah.
And LFR is not really one of them, or raiding is not one of them.
Do you feel though, because I mean there is story in them, do you feel like you miss out on that story, or do you just go and find out about that elsewhere?
I do feel like I miss out on the story, and I will like eventually get to see the videos and all of that. It'll be down the track, because at the moment I don't care. Like it's just the story. I'll get to that part when I'm ready. So it's just that really personal bit of, please don't force me to do stuff. It's just I'll do it at my pace. And if I don't get to see it, you know, someone somewhere will always spoil something for me. Because you cannot be 100% spoiler free or at all. It is just not possible. If if you're on Twitter, not gonna happen. If you try and mute stuff, even if you're in guild, there is sometimes you'll read something and be like, thanks, you know. So you can't get away from it. But I don't now go looking for that stuff until I'm ready. That's probably the big thing. Hence why I don't look at, any of the stuff that comes out. I just let myself find it. And again, the whole interesting thing of how we all of us right here, how we look at the game is so intriguing, because we all have a different point of view for it, of how we play our game. We pay our money to play our game, and we need to be happy with what we, with what we do. It's no use playing a game that you just go, yeah, I'm really not having fun. Like, who wants to do that? So you find your own balance. For some people it's raiding, for other people it's not, and there's nothing wrong with that. it's good. So
Yeah, I mean that's always been my mantra, is that World of Warcraft is a game, and the point of any game is that you're supposed to have fun. So if you're not having fun, figure out what it is that you would like to do that will make things fun, and if you can't find that, maybe WoW's not for you, and that's totally okay. I think some people, it's a fear that I have in myself as well. Every now and again, I'm like, okay, so maybe I should just stop playing WoW, and I'm like, I've invested so many hours, days, months into my characters. Just walking away from them and saying, yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. It's a big, scary thing.
Definitely. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
With other games, you can be like, okay, I finished the game, I got to max level, story's done. All right, what's next? Or all I'm doing is running around in circles killing other people in a multiplayer game that has no story to it. I can put that down and go on to something better. WoW doesn't have an end point, and like Lita said, every single one of us plays the game very differently. You know, I love the lore. I'm a mount collector. Cinder, you're a high-end raider, mount collector. Simri does pet battles, archaeology, other stuff, and then Moo's an engineer. He does his excellent
WoW trips.
road trips.
Road trips.
Yeah,
I
the
love
road
them.
trips. That's mind blank. And Lita, you do Iron Man, Bloodthirsty, all
Everything.
that stuff
Mhm.
as well. And Spanky does, whatever he wants to do. And that's the point. We do what we want to do in this game. And
Put us together and we make a whole game.
We do.
exactly.
Exactly.
And when it comes down to it, there's no point in complaining when something is, oh, I don't want to do PvP, so I'm going to complain about PvP. It's like, no, just don't do PvP. Go do something else, because there's so much more of this game to do. There's almost too much at times, because a new expansion comes out, you have so many alts and everything you want to do. But then, there's the lulls where it's like, okay, there's nothing to do, so everything that you wanted to do previously, do that now. Go for it.
Yeah.
If there was never a lull in content, I honestly think it would be detrimental to the game, because without those gaps, people wouldn't find other things to do.
Yeah,
well.
That's such a good point. It really is. Like, even if that other thing to do is to try a different class, or try out pet battles. I mean, I know a lot of people go to pet battles when things get a bit quiet, but yeah, I agree. It's a really good point. I really live for those downtimes. That's how I managed to get Lore Master done, way back when, and how I did manage to level up 2 characters through pet battling through Draenor and not questing, just pet battling. There's it. I like that. I like that it kind of, you kind of go, okay, well, I'd like to level an alt, but I don't necessarily want to do it this way. So what other options are available to me? Or I didn't actually get to play during X expansion. So what did everybody do then? And go check that out. Like, there's so much in the game. There really is, and I love that downtime.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Moo has sent a link. Moo, what's this link?
Okay, this is that phenomenon of having so much choice that you never make a choice. It's called either choice paralysis or analysis paralysis. And it's a scientific theory that's, had experiments done and it's been kind of proven, is that given, if you go to a restaurant and there's 50 things on the menu, or if there's 5 things on the menu, you are more likely to make a decision when there's 5 things on the menu, because if there's 50 on the menu, you get so paralyzed by having so much choice that you never make a choice. And WoW feels a bit like that sometimes.
Real life feels like that sometimes. I feel like being told as a child, you can do anything, is really debilitating. It's like, if I can do anything, does that mean I have to do everything? I don't know what to do.
A little bit like that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we'll pop the, Moose just put it into chat, thank you, Moo. But yeah, we'll put that in the show notes as well if people are curious.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, you guys are lovely. This has been a lovely discussion. I love hearing how other people are enjoying the game and what they enjoy about it, and collectively, as you said, Simri, we all make a game.
Yeah, we do.
Nice.
Who's the PvPer? That's the
Spanky.
question.
That's me.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's me.
I think we all represent at least one part of the
Aspect.
game.
Yeah, absolutely. Except for, you know, the people who are just like, nah, this game sucks. I don't think we have that person here.
Well, there's no room in this game for them, so they should stop
No.
playing.
GG, Blizz, go back to vanilla. Way.
There's the
We're
one,
balloons.
but yeah.
If you hate this game so much, don't play it.
Oh,
You have to pay
something-
to play, so just don't.
yeah, something I've
That's-
spent many years proclaiming on my own show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can fully support that.
Those tokens are so expensive now. They used to be more affordable.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
I haven't even looked at how much is a token worth nowadays.
Oh, it's about 40 grand.
Like 60.
No, keep going.
No,
60,
60.
really?
Yeah, 59,000 at the moment, but
Yep.
in comparison to the rest of the world, we have been
Yeah.
ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, that is true.
We
Yes.
really
That
have.
is true.
You know, you've got 100k plus. It's been that for the EU for the longest time now. You know, China and Taiwan and all that are
Yeah.
over, you know, 253 for 500k a token sort of thing. So, you know.
Well,
Wow.
it's
Um,
working as intended. It's a supply and demand thing, and right now people
Yeah.
have more gold than they have money.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm probably going to curse myself by saying this, but I'm actually coming close to getting my first million in gold in game rather. I
Nice.
managed to sell a transmog piece for I think it was 75k, and then
what was it?
in the same auction sale time frame, because I just do it every couple of days, I had crafted a neck piece that ended up selling for like 30 or 40k, and then there were a bunch of pets that sold for nearly 10k a pop, and I opened it all and I'm like, whoa, that was really successful, that's awesome. And then I looked at my total and I'm like, oh, you're getting it. Oh my god, it might actually happen.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been playing the Old Republic MMO recently with some friends, and a friend of mine was just like, yeah, you know, I put something up on the Galactic Trade Market the other day, and I'm like, oh, how much did you get for it? He's like, oh, it's just a weapon. I'm like, how much did you get for it? He's like, oh, I think it was like 75 million credits.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But then again, in minutes of leveling, I can get about 100,000 in that game.
Okay.
So
Wow.
the
Inflation.
prices are a little inflated when it comes to it, and yeah, and it was just like, damn, can I trade those 1-for-1 for gold, please?
I know there's the
Because
number
I
of
want
times.
that mount. I still want that spider.
Yeah.
I know.
No
so
chance in
nice.
hell I'm gonna get it, but you know,
The number of times that I've said I wish I could make money in real life the way I can make gold in WoW is just outstanding. I'm just like, oh come on, that's got to be possible somehow.
Yeah.
oh yeah, me and my friends would go, you know, to the middle of nowhere and belt the crap out of the animals and bulls and stuff.
I was going to say it's called the stock market, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
can
Yeah, no,
That's-
destroy
yeah.
themselves in it.
yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I've seen people that are actual like stockbrokers in real life that have come to WoW, and it's like, yeah, I can make millions in game,
Yeah.
but I have no idea how to do my real job.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's ridiculous. So, is there much else that we wanted to talk about?
But we kind of covered most things. I mean, aside from Suramar, but I get the impression that a few people actually aren't really a fan of Suramar.
Well,
Well,
I'll put my hand up there. It's not so much that I'm not a fan. It's more that I kind of got a little bit irritated with having to keep like tiptoeing around the city. It never got any. It never felt like it got any easier to do. And in WoW, I've found that generally the aim is to make things easier to do. The reason we get more gear is to make the content easier to beat.
Yeah.
And that never seemed to feel like it was happening in Suramar for me.
Following the Suramar quest line actually does that a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. The pushing into, like, amassing the forces out the front of Suramar, pushing into the main area in Suramar, and then kind of funneling down the main, sort of, the main bridge area is really cool, because as you do the quest, you're pushing further and further in, making a little bit more safer. But, you know, it only really makes that run straight down the center safer. It doesn't help with the rest of the zone.
There's still that area that's full of like elites and stuff that even me,
and I mean,
I've got
even
a
the
silly eye
vineyard-
level and it's still hard.
Yeah, the vineyard's not really safe. as
No.
it is.
Oh, I'm okay with the
Because-
vineyard because at least there's a lot of stuff that will aggro on you, but at least it's
Yeah.
not crazy difficult to kill.
Yeah, but in regards to that, we did a lot of questing there, and we helped out all those people in there. But it's like, well, there are still guards walking around that area. You'd think maybe after helping them out and doing that part of the quest line, they'd flip those guards to green. Leave the butterflies and the other stuff in there, just the wild animals. Leave them red, but maybe just flip the guards to green to make it just a little bit easier when you're running through there. And I mean, obviously, if you activate all the teleporters around Suramar, you can get in and out pretty dang quickly because they're everywhere. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe over time, maybe eventually it'll become a capital city for us. Who knows? That originally was one of the big speculations that Suramar would, after we kick whoever's in Suramar out, like when we didn't know who they were, whenever we kick those guys out, we'll make it a capital city and it'll be, the new Dalaran, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, probably not, but that would be cool.
It'd be pretty, that's for sure.
And it'd be crazy with phasing and, what happens to world quests and all that other stuff, which we didn't know back then. So hopefully it does get a little easier, but they kind of have to leave it as it is mostly because of the world quests. And I'm kind of contradicting myself in saying all that, but
I'm a hunter, I'm a BM, I can kill anything in there. The mobs don't bother me because eventually you'll overpower them or you just adjust them that way. For me, the city's too blue. I'm sick of blue. It's blue on blue on blue and nothing but night elves, and it's like a lot of people got sick of orc. I'm sick of nelf in
Well,
there.
there's
So,
been how many expansions with orcs and I don't know. I'm okay with the purples and blues. I love the purples and blues.
well, when you actually think about it, when you go back through the expansions, it's actually the Alliance that's caused more bad guys than the Horde has. Because you've got Arthas, and you've got Onyxia, and you've got all those dragons.
For the pure damage scale, I would say the Horde has done more.
Arthas?
He didn't
wiped
get
out
to
all
do
the
much.
Northrend? Oh,
He was stuck in Northrend. How much of Pandaria did the Horde just annihilate because of what Garrosh did?
do you see the hole in Silvermoon City and the whole zone below it?
Okay, maybe
Anyway,
we should have
but
a
yeah,
separate
it's too
episode.
blue.
I actually don't know what happened. What are you talking
Fight!
about? Silvermoon? I'm genuinely curious. I've never been to
Yeah,
Silvermoon.
the whole second zone below Silvermoon City is wiped out by Arthas and the Undead Scourge, and then there's a great big giant scar which runs all the way up through there and into Silvermoon. So,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
got
that
around.
giant scar is then.
mm-hmm.
Because I've run through there for exploration, but I've never been there as a blood elf, so I didn't know that.
Arthas wiping out, trying to
shit.
attack the city.
Well, I mean, what happened with Lordaeron?
You got me. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, for me, Surumar's too blue. Everyone was saying how pretty it was, etc., and very quickly I became, it's too blue, I'm sick of blue.
Okay, you won't like the rest of Nighthold then.
No.
Don't you worry about Nighthold.
Well, I'm only going there once, so I'm good to go.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Just aim for the giant green portal if you prefer green over blue. So,
Well, I think I might start wrapping us up then, unless anybody has anything else they'd like to share before we move on.
I'm good.
No? Okay.
I'm good.
We had a couple of tweets this week. We had one from Anne in Wonderland, who is responding to us based on a comment that we made last week, because we were thinking that she was pretty close with getting her Violet Proto-Drake from What a Long Strange Trip It's Been. And she's messaged us back saying, I'm not close. Brewmaster is almost done, but I haven't even started the other ones yet. So little ways to go. So good luck, Anne. We have faith.
Yeah.
You can do it.
she's done 3 different world events, so I think we got each of those world events every time we talked about it. She sent us the achievement, and we were like,
which is nice.
oh wow, she's on a roll, so she must be close.
Well, she's obviously
but
working on them now, so
definitely,
which is good.
yeah. So
You want to do the next one?
yeah, so we got a tweet from Vic, which is at Vic Baldry. He says, finally completed my Remember to Share achievement. Thanks to Reins of Azeroth for keeping me sane while I was farming toys. That's 300 toys. That's huge.
Congratulations!
And that mount.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's very cool. Well, thank you, Simri and Spanky and Lita and Moo for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you coming along to help us celebrate our 50 episodes. It's been really great having a chat with you all.
Oh, you're
Definitely.
welcome. And congrats
you
on the
for having us.
milestone.
Thank you. We'll quickly run through if you guys can let us know where people can find you if they want to get in touch with you. Simri, do you want to kick things off?
Sure. On Twitter, it's simply my name, so just Simri. And then the blog is www.bubblesofmischief.com. And on YouTube, you can just look up Simri Jones, one word, and that's my username.
Awesome. And I do recommend everybody go check out Simri's
Excellent,
YouTube
excellent
channel and
videos.
blog. Absolutely
Yes.
awesome. Yeah, really, really wonderful. So please check those out. Spanky!
Easy. You find me on Twitter at SpankyHunter. One word. That's it. That's where I am all the
Yay.
time. If you want to come hunt me down on GBFOS, that's where I am. So yeah, I'm the nutter.
Moo, you are a bit of a nutter. Moo, where can people find you?
Okay, if you want to listen to my dulcet tones, you can do so at chaosportalshow.com. I do a show every 2 weeks with Alice, and we talk about stuff in the forums and other such funsies. You can also find the blog Wow Road Trip at wowroadtrip.wordpress.com, where my lovely wife Natani is documenting my adventures because I'm too lazy to. She is
Yay,
really good at doing that. I am
she
a lazy
is
bum.
really good at doing it. My favorite thing is still the little hoof prints on the maps. It's
Yes.
just
Yes.
so good.
Those are
It's
great.
really good. Yeah. And lovely Lita.
Where you can find me, I'm on Twitter, which is at Lita Wow, which is LEETAWOW. And I do a couple of podcasts, just a couple.
Yeah.
Behind the Avatar,
Which we've been on.
I was
Yep,
gonna
great
say
show.
you've all been on.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, and Adventures in Azeroth and the WoW Challenges podcast.
I was on that one. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The Iron Man, the Bloodthirsty, and the Pacifist.
And the
And the
Tin
Tin
Man.
Man.
And the Tin
Ah,
Man.
yes,
There's a
the
new
Tin
one.
Yes,
Excited about that
I remember when I tried to play a pacifist. It didn't go so well.
What the
Oh,
hell? I've only heard of
yeah.
Iron Man. What are these other three?
Bloodthirsty is all about killing. It's
Yes.
pure killing.
A limited
no
number
Just
of
sounds like
quests, I
PvP
believe.
constantly.
It's just killing mobs. That's it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're
No dying.
restricted to 150 quests, and that includes the account-wide pet battle ones that do come into play. But yeah, I've got my highest bloodthirsty is 34, and I just started a new one, and she's level 10. And the pacifist is all about not killing anything, so you're allowed to
herbs or something?
quest. Yeah, basically picking herbs and mining. Some people do fishing. Some people class that as killing, so they don't do that. It's
Archaeology, I guess, would count too.
archaeology. Yep. So lunar festivals good because going around and collecting the
Oh, yeah, that's true.
coins, you're not actually doing anything. So the pacifist is a lot harder. But
Yeah.
we just got our first bloodthirsty actually a couple of days ago. They
Oh,
never
nice.
died blood hit 110, which we have
That's
never had a max
awesome.
level.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Bloodthirsty.
I remember the controversy with one of the first pacifists who got a kill just as they dinged because someone in the area killed something and
Yeah,
it counted
it
for them
was-
as well.
Oh,
Because
it
of
was
the
actually
weird phasing
within
technology
a
now.
couple of hours just before they actually dinged, but it didn't show up. So they hadn't actually, there was no killing blow, but because they were in the vicinity, which now this is the problem, so Stone has had to change the rules a little bit, but they now under the new rules they are completely fine. So yeah, it was devastating for them, obviously, because they're very tough. For something different to do, definitely a challenge. My highest is 61. My iron
Nice.
is 61, so she is
Yeah.
slowly.
And you said the
slowly
Tin
getting-
Man as well.
The Tin Man's the new one that just started. I've not fully looked at it. You're allowed deaths. There's all this new stuff. I've not looked at it because to me, I'm kind of like, if I'm gonna do a challenge toon, I'm just gonna do Iron Man. So the tin is kind of like, I suppose, for some people, a much easier introduction. With an iron, when you die, you delete it and roll again, whereas the Tin Man will allow you to die, but obviously the amount of deaths that you get at the end, will be taken into consideration for your toon. So it's a much easier way to play it. But I mean, check out wowchallenges.com. That is where all the information is for the challenges. We do have competitions. We've got a new one coming up in April. We're going to have another contest. So that's really exciting, but a lot of fun for something a little bit different. A lot of fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And when I first heard of it, I was like, wow, getting all the way there without dying.
Mm-hmm.
And
on white,
and then on top of that,
gear.
it's like only in grey and
white.
As to the rules, gear, and it's like, that sounds like a pain. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised you guys haven't enabled some kind of double agent challenge for people who want to do what Double Agent did.
Oh God!
Staying without affection.
That guy's crazy.
Crazy.
Sorry, he's just crazy.
Yeah,
like
he's in a league of his own,
awesome. Exactly.
On a pedestal.
Exactly, he is like so far above everyone else because it's just crazy. But that's my whole being's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he actually did it again. So that's amazing.
And he's gonna keep going.
I know, it's so exciting.
I heard the interview and they're just like, so you're gonna keep going? He's like, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't I?
Well, he's doing it again on a shaman, I think. Like he's leveling. He is currently also leveling another 1 or 2 toons, doing the same thing in between him raiding and having a normal WoW life. He's
a full-on progression raider. He does all the raids. He's got like 20-something thousand achievement points. He does multiple ults. He does the whole lot, and he still does that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's out.
Well, Double Agent never had a. He wasn't racing anyone, so he could take his time.
That's right, which is the thing. So no, it's very special to do something that is truly unique within the game. You could say doesn't often happen. We get to how many expansions down the track and to have this. So I just find the challenges are something a little bit more. It's a solo. It's you against WoW. That's what it is. And for him to have done the double, to do what he has done is mind blowing.
I still remember the very first Iron Man as such when it was done way back in BC when she first did it, and no spec, white and grey gear only. There was back then, I think Hunter was the first one she did it on, but there were no self-heals either. So he was the first one,
and it would have been back then. Wrath.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and it was just nuts.
Well, that is where you can find all our lovely guests. For us, if you want to come to our live recordings each week, you can join us on Tuesdays on Twitch at twitch.tv/Reins of Azeroth. We start recording around about 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. You can find the show on our website at reignsofazeroth.com, as well as on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. You can find video of our live show on YouTube. Just have a search for Reins of Azeroth, and you will find us. If you like what we're doing with the show, please leave us a review on iTunes or a thumbs up on Stitcher. That would be really awesome. We also have a Patreon if you'd like to support what we're doing. You can check out our Patreon site and make a donation if you like. If you have any questions or stories or pictures of mounts and toys and achievements or anything at all, if you just want to say, hey guys, do that. You can email us, reinsofAzeroth@gmail.com. On Twitter, the show can be found at Reins of Azeroth. Spaz can be found at SpazWesson. I am at Cinder_tweets. And lastly, if you would like to join our Discord server, send us a message. We will send you a link and we can have a little chat on there.
Yes.
That wraps us up. Thank you so much to Moo and Simri and Spanky and Lita for coming along and joining us and helping us celebrate 50 episodes.
Oh, thanks, guys.
No worries.
I just want to say thank you to all of our listeners who have listened to us for 50 episodes. That's pretty awesome.
And
really
to
cool.
those who have told us that they listen to us over and over
Yeah,
again, thank you
yeah.
even more.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who stopped by the Twitch stream tonight as well to say hello. It's lovely to have you there. We will be back next
Now,
week. Sorry.
There is one more person we have to thank.
Of course there
we
is.
thanked up front, but obviously we
Yes.
do need to thank our wonderful, lovely artist, Sirius, for all the work that she's done for
Absolutely.
us
Yay!
since even before the show started. The original concepts, all the art, and then now moving on when we started doing all the live stuff, doing all the images and stuff for us, it's just a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm very thankful.
Yeah. Very, very thankful. I love the surprise that I get every time we have a guest as well, because I don't see the art until everybody else does as well. And so it's just like,
Yes.
oh my god, look at that. It's so cool. I really love
Yes.
it. I think, Sirius, you did a wonderful job with Mo as well. Like, I know you were worried about the Tauren. He looks awesome. He looks
Yeah.
really cute.
I
love it.
was half expecting the selfie face tilted half to the side with like the tongue sticking out
Yeah.
and like the teeth showing. Like that dumb selfie face that I love so much.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that sort
But-
of face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. Thank you, Sirius.
So-
Thank you everybody for listening.
Thanks
So
for having
next
us.
week is our technically 1 year anniversary, I believe.
Oh yay!
Kind of be a normal episode, I guess. But who knows? At the moment, we're not really sure because I haven't
Haven't got
looked
that
too
far
much to
yet.
the future. Yes.
Yeah, this was a big one.
But-
so-
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and thank you, everyone, for listening. And we will see you next week.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
And the recording's done.
Yay!
That was a
Yay!
marathon.
Sirius, you are free.
Yes, serious, you are
You
free.
Let her out of
Release
the
her
dungeon.
from the teapot.
Well, I don't really have a teapot, so I guess that's a different story today.
Yeah, that's true.
It was an awesome
Oh,
show, guys.
yay.
Thank you. A lot of fun.
Thank you. I'm hot now. I need to turn my fan back on. I can't have my fan on, and it's
We
really
know
hot.
you're hot, baby.
Oh,
we
it's
know
so
you're hot.
hot.
Ooh la la.
Hey.
I
She's
think it's
hot,
cool enough
it's
to
a
put a
big
window
Wait,
now.
did Lita hear the?
I'm sure she did. I don't think anyone
What?
needs to hear it again.
Oh no, the listeners won't hear it. That's the thing. It's just the people
Aw.
in here.
I don't even
No,
remember
shit.
what that was in relation to anymore.
It wasn't actually in an episode, I don't believe. I was testing the audio setup, and then
No, it
no?
part of an episode.
it was okay. Then I
yeah,
had to go
I
I
back
don't
and
remember
grab
what it was in relation to though.
Well, it's another one you can grab from